She'll be helping us to navigate this wonderful topic today. If you have any questions at any point in time, like I always say, you can always drop them on the comment box. You can always drop them on the comment box so that everybody it can actually be focused really. So you can drop them and I'll pick those questions from there. Atinuke Akinbisola basically is an HR professional. She has more than 20 years experience in HR. She's a director at Soft Skills Consult, and she has been doing this for more than 20 years, 25 years. And she has actually consulted for many companies in a wonderful years of experience in HR. She holds a bachelor's degree in physics, applied physics, and she has a master's in human resource, and she'll be helping us navigate today's session by God's grace. So today we'll actually be looking at a very, very important topic. Our discourse today is centered around using data. How do we use data? Basically using data analytics to improve HR decision making. And we'll be taking a couple of questions, and she'll be helping us to navigate through. Before I allow her to actually go ahead and say something, my name is Shewa Akinyelu, and I will just be asking the questions today as we get the professional to help us navigate through. Please invite as many people as possible. You can send the link to as many people as possible. It's basically free. So let's just learn together. So we'll be listening to our speaker. So I would like Mrs. Atinuke Akinbisola to just say something. Good afternoon, madam. How are you doing, ma'am? So you can just you can unmute to talk now.
Afternoon. Can you hear me?
So,
okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. Akinyelu. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. It's really nice to be here. I believe that together we can rub minds together today for the next 2 hours. I'm looking forward to the questions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so I want to believe everybody can hear me and you can hear me very well. So I'm going to start with, because the topic today is about data, and data has become the new currency. That's the new currency now. Very soon, probably people will be buying and selling data because data will become so important. And for HR, data is extremely important, really, extremely important. Like the topic says, is using data analytics to improve HR decision making. My first question is this: what does HR data analytics really mean for, let's assume, a newbie? What does HR data analytics mean in practical terms for any organization? So we can't hear you again. You can actually remove the camera. You can actually block the camera so that we can hear you very well, really. I don't know. Can any other person hear me? I don't know whether it's from my end.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So
yes.
Please do me a favor. Madam Atinuke, you're actually muted, really. You are muted, so you can actually remove the video so that we can hear you very well.
Okay. Now
you can remove the video so that we can hear you very well.
Yeah, the video. Yeah.
I think that will reduce.
Good.
That
I
will
wanted
reduce.
to ask if I can do that.
Yeah, because we couldn't hear you any longer at the point, really. So let me rephrase my question, because we couldn't hear you at all again. I said, what does HR analytics mean in practical terms for, let's assume, a newbie that is here now? What does HR analytics really mean? What is it all about, really? And how important is it?
Okay. Thank you very much for this question and for this opportunity. As you have asked, HR analytics is getting data. It's taking the guesswork from HR. It's basically removing what we think from the equation to what is this telling us in real sense? Why is this happening and what should be done about it? That is just basically what analytics, data analytics is all about. Taking out guesswork from the equation. And, from time past, it has always been, oh, we think, we assume. But now it is having something to back what you have thought up. You have data, you have information to back up what is happening. And with that information, it will also help to get solution to the issue, to the situation that is on ground. I hope I've said something.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, anybody on the chat that actually has a question, you can drop your question on. So that means that you can drop your question on the comment box. That means that HR people do guesswork.
Well, in time past, that's what in time past. In time past, yes, there are a lot of guesswork, a lot of guesswork. And it has mad some businesses. It has given HR some bad faces sometimes in past because we just assume. Okay.
Okay.
But
And
in recent times, things
that is even true. Why? Because, yeah. I believe that is very true because you are dealing with human beings. And the sincere truth is that human beings are very, 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 they could decide to do what they want to do, even that has never been done before. Yeah, psychological beings. And because they are psychological beings, guesswork is really, really. So the question is this: in practical terms, how do I now convert someone who is psychological, someone who is an emotional being? How do I get data about that person? Because the sincere truth is that now you say is removing some level of guesswork and making it more. So the question is, how do I do that? Because somebody can decide to just go and jump inside water. So how would I get data for that? Because he has never jumped inside water before. So the question is, how do I remove guesswork from an emotional being?
Oh, okay. When I was going through your the question and the when what you sent to me about this session, I was thinking about emotional intelligence, and honestly, it's a big work for HR practitioners to have that. Even with the data, even with information that you have, you can still not remove the human factor from the equation. Now, we are talking about data, we're talking about analytics and all that. But with all this, you still need human intervention. You said something about, you tell somebody something and maybe the person is thinking of how to kill him or herself or something like that. If, as an HR practitioner, you remove emotional intelligence or the human factor from the data you gathered, from the information you have gathered, then honestly, you'll be killing a lot of people. You'll be killing a lot of people. So how do we now remove guesswork from the equation? How do we help ourselves? Even when we have this data, please, we should not forget the place of human in all this, our getting, in all this, our finding. Human factor is very key. And that is why when I see HR practitioners being they don't have people, I don't want to be too emotional, but if they don't have the people management skills, it gets me off, because there's no way you are an HR person and you can never work effectively if you don't have people management skills. You can, with the data, with the information, you still need the people management skill, which is emotional intelligence. The emotional intelligence, we can't remove that from the factor. So
Thank
they
you
are
very much.
giving
Thank you very
information.
much. I want to
Okay.
believe you can hear me very well. So I
Yes.
want to, yeah. Please, can you hear me very well? Can everybody
yes.
hear me? Yeah.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for the response, really. I'm going to ask a follow-up question. How can HR professionals really, really now distinguish between descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics? And how does all this kind of analytics work? And how do I use them? Whether it is descriptive or predictive or prescriptive, how do I really use them? And how do I get them?
Okay. Thank you very much. So, first of all, we're going to understand what these three analytics means. What do they mean? Descriptive, just the way it is. What is actually happening? Now, let's pick an example. So I'll walk around that example. Let's talk about turnover. Now, there is high turnover rates in one department in an organization. The descriptive analysis there is what happened. You need to describe it. What is going on here? Then the prescriptive is what is likely to happen. Now, let us think about it. What is going on? Is it that, oh, the person has stayed too long on the job and they're tired of the job, or there's no career growth here? We're just being on the same level for, say, 5 years, and I'm not growing. Nobody's saying anything to me and all that. So that descriptive and prescriptive analysis is prescribing what is likely to happen. Why is there this high rate of turnover in this particular department? And that's the predictive, sorry. Then the prescriptive is that what should we do about it? And now you have the data. You find out why people are getting out of these departments. Is it because, oh, the leadership skills there is not good enough? The person does not have good relationship with the employee. Oh, maybe the position there is not fit for the kind of people that you have put there. After you've known that, then to prescribe what exactly should be the solution. How do we go about it? And you cannot go about this if there are no data. So that is why these three analytics, they are very, very important. When you describe what the issue is, when you predict what might likely have happened in that department or in the organization, as the case may be, and when you prescribe what should be done when such a thing happens. So these three things will definitely work hand in hand for success in any organization. For success in any organization. And please, while you're at this, remember the human factor. Even when you have the data, you have prescribed it, and you have put down the solution, you need to look at it together. Oh, do we put enough thought into this? If you say, okay, it's leadership skill that is the problem, are you going to sack the leader because of that, or you just need to swap? And if it is compensation, that is the issue. Are you just going to increase everybody compensation and not look at number one, benchmark, and number two, can we afford it as time goes on? Sustainability, all that, very key. But these three has to work together when you are using data to work effectively as an HR practitioner. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So just because somebody is even asking a question on the platform on the comment box, a question around Excel, like our facilitator just said, descriptive is effectively what happened. So that means it has happened already, and probably that is what a lot of people actually call analytics. Prescriptive, what should we do? Like you just said, but in all sincerity, a lot of the data people have they get to actually use for more descriptive analytics. Somebody actually mentioned in the question, the comment box that, oh, are we going to do Excel? Because many people use Excel for descriptive analytics. But now I want to ask a follow-up question. If descriptive analytics is very easy, like we are doing the turnover rates based on the number of people that have left, we are doing new hire, head counts, male, female, all of those descriptive analytics. It's very easy to do. How easy would you call prescriptive analytics and the predictive ones? Because those ones, we are now predicting the future. And
Yes.
prescriptive analytics is
Describing
looking
solution.
at decision making. Yeah. So the question is, to what extent is available data going to help us in either predicting the future or prescribing, which will help decision making? What do you think? How easy do you think this is? I'm talking about prescriptive analytics and predictive analytics. In reality, how easy is it? How easy is it?
Let me just first of all explain. You need to be very thorough with thinking when you come to predictive. Now, first of all, you need to segment what the issues are. We have the data, but you have to segment it. And why did I say you need to be very, very, you need to be, use your thoughts a lot? You can't be in HR and we want to remove the guesswork from the equation. So whilst you have the data, you really need to, calm down and look at the data and say, what can I use this data to do? How can I best maximize the data I have? Now, I say that first thing you need to do is to segment. Segment, I'm talking about predictive now. How do you predict? Segment the data you have. And when you have segmented the data you have, then you will understand where the bulk of the issue is. And this segmenting and predictive, you cannot rush in doing it. You cannot rush. You have to take your time. If not, the guesswork again will creep in. After you have predicted, when you segment, you can then predict effectively, where the bulk of the issue is. Is it from workload? Is it from leadership skill? Is it from compensation? Is it from engagement? You have a clearer picture of it after segmentation. Then the prescriptive is now, putting heads together to say, how do we now go about it? I talk about the compensation. We need to do benchmark. What is going on out there? Are we shortchanging our people? Or are we overpaying our people? For this kind of role, are we paying effectively? Or is there something we're not putting into play that is affecting our remuneration to these people? And if it is the case of workload, look at it. Are we giving one person a job of 100 persons to do? I have that case in my hand right now. There's an organization we are handling outsource that we outsource our staff to. One person is doing so many, and I have to go into them and have a meeting with them. We have to prescribe what can we do way forward, because we've gathered data, we have done our prediction, and now it is time to put solution in place. We need to hire more. Something that one person is doing 10 persons job, 2 persons, please let them do it. So they don't get burnout. And the job, what you want to achieve, you can achieve either ways, because they are not even fit to do the work. So I hope that explains it better. But these two parts really need critical
thank you very much.
attention.
Thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think I can hear you very well. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you. I can hear you. I don't know.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That is good then. Okay. So taking it a step further, really, because the sincerity is that the problem with predictive analytics and prescriptive, the sincerity is that they are not so straitjacketed. You'll discover that many companies now are using a lot of machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all that to actually help drive what decision should we take. For example, I know applications that the moment somebody is hired, it actually begins to calculate what is the probability that the person will become a top performer. So a lot of people are using a lot of these Excel tools and artificial intelligence tools, machine learning tools for predictive and prescriptive analytics. But I have a question. What are the biggest misconceptions?
Are you still there? I can't hear you. Are you still there? Hello? Can anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. We can't hear Mr. Shion. We can't hear Mr. Shion. Because the question is not complete. I don't think the question is complete. Let's just wait a little for them and use the network from their own end. Okay. He's totally gone.
I actually went off. I went off.
Okay.
I went off
Okay.
just now. Please, can you hear me now? Yeah, apologies.
Yes, we can hear you
So
now.
somebody actually asked the question. Yeah, thank you very much. Somebody asked the question. I'm going to take that as you go. And somebody said, my question is, when you use predictive analytics, is it not work? Oh, so this person, Zainab, Kolako, this incentive is that they are statistical models that can actually predict with some level of accuracy. So AI is not really doing guesswork. Guesswork is that you just pick one out of the whole. But the sincerity is that there are machine learning applications that actually read based on data to predict the future. So really, it's not so mean you just take one out of the whole. But when it comes to and when it comes to machine learning, artificial intelligence is pure data. So if there was data that is data, then you can do physical intelligence, and then you can do machine learning and those things. So the next question, I don't know whether you got what I said before, but I'm going to just go to the next question. So the question is, what type of HR data are the most valuable for decision making? As in, what kind of HR data do you think are the most important, valuable for decision making?
Now, if you say decision making in every area or in some specific area?
Like in all areas of people management, what just give me like 3-4 data that you think is the most important, so that if anybody will start gathering data, they might actually focus on those. What do you think are the most important?
From all we've been seeing for HR, I think recruitment and hire time data, very key. Employee turnover and retention, that data is very, very key. Performance and engagement and performance, very key. There's one that we always don't look at. And we always, any organization, that's the first thing they kick out of the system when they are saying, "Oh, we are trying to reduce costs." And that is training and development. Because that's how you grow your people. That's how growth comes about. That's how you see people, you get to understand, the employee gets to understand, oh, this is my core area. Maybe I'll build my career in this path and all that and all that. Organizations, they single out that and just take it off. They feel it's a data or an aspect where we have to spend money. So that part is very, very key. Then compensation and benefits too. It's very, very key. You have to benchmark with your counterparts to be sure you are giving your employee the best in the field. So those data are very, very important.
Since you have mentioned some of them already, probably we should dive into some of them. Really, we should dive into some of those things that you mentioned. I think you mentioned about recruitment, which is candidate sourcing and screening.
Yeah.
How do you think analytics can actually improve candidate sourcing, screening, recruitment, onboarding? How do you think data analytics, whether it is descriptive, predictive, or prescriptive, can actually help with sourcing, screening, employment, placement, and outsourcing and onboarding?
Onboarding. Okay. All right. This is very, very straightforward and very simple. And in time past, we will say, oh, we'll do newspaper adverts. We'll pay for it. We'll do newspaper like 10 times, paying heavily, but honestly, things has changed now. The predictive is what is likely to happen. You know what exactly you want, the position you want, and where do you get all this? You have them readily available, and you don't have to spend so much to get these things. You have LinkedIn. You don't even have to spend 10 kobo to get these people on LinkedIn. The only thing is carry your body, open LinkedIn, and sub for that hire. You will see them there. And there are other organizations too. You just need to predict, this is what we want, and this is where we will search for them. And you will get them. It's just to pay little money. There's Jobberman, they give you executive CVs. LinkedIn that everybody is running away from. He said it's boring. I've done training several times. Everybody will tell me LinkedIn is so boring. It's not meant for weak-hearted people. And you get professionals there. Make it very easy. Because then there's also the part of assessments. Assessments like personality style profile assessment, leadership assessment, managerial assessment, a lot of assessments, confidence assessments. There are a lot of them there. Depending on the role, you put those assessments in place. They don't have to come to you physically. Just shoot out the link. They do it. You do the result to be generated, and you know the best fit for which. And you know the best fit for which. So all this are in place now. That I will give you data, that will give you information for you to recruit the right people in the right position.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me just go to the comment here. When Kolako said, my question is, when you use predictive, is it not the same? Yeah, I spoke about it already. The sincere truth is that, just to add, please can you hear? Okay, just add, the sincere truth is that predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics don't guesswork any longer, because they are machine learning tools that help you to predict. I implement, for example, applications that the moment you have a new hire, or the moment you even have anybody in the company, it will tell you the probability that they will become top performers the probability that they will leave the company, or the probability that they, so it tells you already that, oh, this particular person is already preparing to leave, or this particular person is one of those people you should invest more in. And those things are all data driven. So applications that can help you. Some of these things you might not be able to do just by looking and saying, oh, is he dressing well? Is he a good person? Is he smiling at me in the office? But there are some things based on data, based on the data in your company. For example, companies where people, when they want to leave, you will discover that there's some particular attitude they begin to have. The application can track them. Things like late coming, things like they probably don't take their trainings, learnings very serious, things like job. So the application actually looks at other people that have left in the past and simulate based on machine learning to know the characteristics. So to an extent, it is not guesswork. It needs to be clearly spelled out. Thank you very much for actually, I just wanted to just say something about, let's take it. I just wanted to also talk a little bit more about this sourcing, because on many of this LinkedIn, many of this sourcing stuff, when it comes to the descriptive analytics, for example, I've seen many companies where the moment you check their head count, you find more male than female. Or for example, you discover that the cost to hire is actually high. The cost to hire that, and those data are supposed to be in the company. They are supposed to be descriptive data. My question is this: for companies that don't track data on sourcing and screening, they don't track anything. When they just need people, they go and put it on LinkedIn. When the person has left or the person has resigned, they just go and meet Jobberman, hire for me. What is the risk if data is not driving decision making? What is the risk in recruitment and onboarding if data is not driving decision making?
Honestly, number one, to be losing a lot. I mean, when I say losing a lot, I'm talking in the aspect of finance, because the money you spend or the amount you use in getting people back on board, one, the sheer time wasted on retraining that person. And that is why succession planning is very key in the organization, and that data will help to do that. When you have data in place, you know who is supposed to be watching who is supposed to be learning from who. So when they leave, it's just to pull somebody internally into that position. Or the fear in this is, if these data are not there, then the organization will lose a lot financially. It will lose talent, and then training and retraining again from the beginning. That's a lot on the organization. You take a toll on the organization. It will affect delivery, it will affect productivity. So it's a big concern when an organization, and there's something people will say, oh, we are still very small, we don't need to be doing this now. No, it's even better when you start this when the organization is very small. At least when you grow into the large organization, you have structure in place, you have you have all the systems in place that guide you, that will help you to manage the system, the people effectively, and the business effectively.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just add to that too. Really, the sincere truth is all this. When you see smaller companies, they just want to say, "Oh, we don't need all this. We really don't need it." But the sincere truth is that, do you know that people spend so much to hire without getting the value for hiring?
Yeah,
a lot of people spend so much hiring, and with this new generation where The moment they come and they cannot see what they're looking for, the second day they can actually drop the
They
resignation
walk
letters.
out. They don't even drop letters. They walk.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they just walk out and you will discover you can't find them any longer. It means they've gone. So data is extremely important. And some of the kind of data that is important includes the fact that the moment someone is being hired, you actually want to do some level of assessment, psychological assessment of the person. You want to see whether it's in line with the kind of values that you actually have. And based on that, data can show you that this person is more suited to succeed in the company. And that begins to tell you, oh, with this kind of descriptive analytics, I know that we should invest in this person. So, and there are many applications that does this now. So to an extent, the sincere truth is that, like our facilitator said, you need to actually do something around data and analytics when it comes to sources. I wanted to ask another question, really. What metrics do you think best predicts long-term employee success during recruitment? So, for example, I know that you have sat on different hiring panels and recruitment panels and interview panels. What are those things that best describes long-term success of an employee? What are those things that you look out for? Yeah, what are those things that you really look out for that will make you know that, oh, this person might succeed in this role?
Okay, it is a combination of a lot of indicators, combination like job-related competencies, relevant experience. You need to look out for that. You know, the person's behavioral capabilities during interview. You have to look out for that too. If the person is demonstrating that kind of behavior that you think, oh, this person is a keeper. Another one is learning agility. Is this person ready to learn? This person, sometimes when you are interviewing, this one is not, I don't think this one is ready to learn. You need to be sure if the person is ready to learn. And also the culture and value that the person is bringing. Is it in alignment with what you have in your organization? That's another metrics to look out for. Then problem solving abilities, and this one can be you can know this by using some certain assessments, like Mr. Shinwa said. Some certain assessments will help you to know most of this problem solving, behavioral, on the job behaviors, and all that. Another one is when they join, they will be on probation. So when you join the organization, one thing is early performance. When somebody joins the organization and for the next 1 month, the person is just faffing around, you know that, oh, I don't think this one thought will just come in and go, and there's really nothing serious in this place. You look at their performance in the early stage of their recruitment or joining the organization. Those are some indicators that will help you know if this person is actually a perfect fit and is here to stay. All right. So those are the the combination of indicators that one has to look at, to see if somebody is going to stay long in an organization.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very good. I wanted to actually ask, looking at another area, we have spoken a little bit about recruitment, onboarding, a little bit about that, but I wanted to just ask about performance management. What performance management metrics should HR track beyond the traditional KPIs? Because we are so, when you go to companies, you will discover that every company has traditional KPI, key performance indicators that they use to track performance. But beyond those traditional ones, what are those other softer indicators that determine success beyond the KPIs of the company?
All right, thank you very much. I believe that beyond the traditional KPIs, HR practitioners should also examine the quality and sustainability of performance. And what are these what are the example of the things they need to look out for? Quality of output, productivity. Are they just there, or they are delivering? And what is the level of their delivery? What is the quality of their delivery? There's another key thing is collaboration. Are you somebody that's like, oh, this person, they just work alone. They don't know how to work with others. They are not a good team player. That is very key too. One of the things in HR practitioners need to look at: collaboration, customer satisfaction, innovation. Are they creative? Are they bringing something different to the table? Or they just talk, okay, yes, that's what you said. Let's go with this. Those are very, very key. Another one is goal achievement. You're given an assignment. How well did you do it? And how perfect are you achieving the goals set for you? There's others like employee engagement, managers' effectiveness. Are you seeing in them that, oh, this person can be a good leader? You know, the thread this person is going, the way this person is going, or is trying to fit into managers' level. He knows how to deal with people. He knows how to manage people. He knows how to handle people. You know, all those things should also be looked at, should also be examined, apart from the traditional KPIs that we always look at. And honestly, if you think, oh, you've seen a performer
Red
in
flag.
a performer in a certain department or in a certain job role, and there are other people there that are not performing well, don't think that oh, they are not the performer. Don't write them off yet, because they might not be doing well because they are not in the right place for them to show their capabilities, to show what they are good at. So don't write anybody up at all. All right. So those are the things that I feel that we should look out for as HR practitioners, apart from the regular traditional KPIs that we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It comes to me, and someone just typed a long one here. Thank you very much.
Wow, a long one.
Kadil, it's a long one, but I think she was just agreeing with you the fact that the sincere truth is that we are not dealing with machines here. They are human beings, and human beings are quite sometimes unpredictable. However, I think Kadli also mentioned the fact that with deep understanding of people, human relationships, soft personality skills, then you can actually do better. And I wanted to ask a follow-up question. Really, is there a way to measure personality skills, interpersonality skills, relational skills beyond the traditional way? Is there a way you can measure it? Because the people that actually perform at their work better are people that have better soft skills, better managerial skills. The question is there a data analytic for checking these relational skills? Are there such analytics that can actually help us?
There is actually what we call DISC. It's called DISC, DISA. It reads people's personality on the job, at home. So now, when you do that assessment, when we get the data, I mean, when you fill that form, it's just 16 questions thereabout, and then the report that will show you how this person is a team player, how this person is interpersonal skills of the person on the job, interpersonal skills of the person at home, and all that. So it's a very, very, very integrated and complete report assessments. The report is very complete that, you get, as an organization, if you have that, you understand how this person works on the job and how the person work outside. Another thing is, at a point, after you have done it for, like, maybe say in 2 years, you do it again, you'll find that the person's personality will change a little, not at home, but on the job. Because after working for a while, the environment you find yourself begin to change and reform your person on the job. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So
Yes.
there are data, there are assessments that can give us data on people's interpersonal skills, people performance internally, behavior internally on the job, that can help organization um, see how well employees are performing, and also it can even give you an idea of where this person is headed, if this person is suitable for some certain roles, some certain critical roles, and the kind of people that can work with this certain person. I don't know if I should delve into this. It's actually analysis too. This disc is DISE. So the D is dominant, the I is influential, the S is steady, and the C is conceptual. And all these styles, you must have them in a team for you to get the perfect performance in any organization. You must have these 4 styles in a team. There is no weak team, there is no strong team, there is no weak style, sorry, and there is no strong style. All 4 styles work together to get the perfect expectation, to get the perfect result in any organization. I wish we were in a class, so I will draw it and I will explain what it is. But there's no way this personality style assessment is the perfect analytics for the question you asked, that is there a way, and this is the way to measure people's behavior, internal performance, and all that when it comes to assessing your people.
Thank you very much, man. Let's just take it a step further because of the time. Let me also ask that how can predictive analytics really identify potential high flyers, high potential employees? How do you think predictive analytics can actually help us to identify top flyers, people that we know we need to keep in the business?
Honestly, it will help identify, there is a pattern. This is associated with a pattern. And honestly, when you watch your people, you have this, and then watch them to analyze what you have, the data you have been gathering they are working, and they're doing this assessment, they're filling these forms, and you're gathering data about them. The major thing that you need the predictive analytics can help you is, first of all, able to consistently, take note of this high performance. It helps you to consistently take note of the high performance on the job. You could see them as they progress in their career. Now, this set of people, or this kind of person, will not wait for the organization to train them. They will go out of their way to go and do, get certification, and they will come and say, I've done this, I've done that. You are adding that to the information you have, compiling data, and you are predicting that this person as this person is going, higher and higher. Apart from that, the supervisors, the direct report, the direct manager, and all that are giving the HR department feedback about this person. Oh, this is what this person was able to do, or this is what this team was able to do. They were able to achieve this. They were able, and all these we are putting, the HR practitioner is putting it down, gathering this information. That way, it will help you to predict, oh, A, B, C, and D are suitable for this set of leadership roles. And then the organization itself will need to work at helping these people attain their goal, either in the area of training, because it has been predicted that, oh, this is the data we have about these people, their high flyers, their performance, their career progression. Is this even without the organization helping them? They are running at it, getting all this certification and all that. And this is the feedback we got from the supervisors and all that. So definitely after you have all this data as the HR person, you need to predict it. These are the data you have. These are the information you have. And by so doing, the organization will work at helping these people to attain that leadership role that is set for them. So you can see there are a lot of how will I put it, the combination of things. You have their data, their information, they are helping themselves to grow. You as the HR, you have the data and you're combining and looking at what the assessments say, what their managers say about them, what is the development how well are they improving and developing themselves. Do all these things together will help. And that is what will help you to predict that this person is actually in the right position, aiming for a potential role. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just add. Thank you very much. The sincere truth is that these predictive analytics are very important, really. Some companies actually invest in people that might not even stay in the business. Like, for example, I think I heard of a company where the moment they sent someone, whether it was to Harvard or something, the moment he came back, he just came to drop his letter. And yeah, they assumed that it was if Fed is going to be part of the future of the company. But to an extent, the moment they trained the guy he came back and he came to come and drop the letters, really. Yeah, so you see, this predictive analytics, they will help you to identify who the company should invest more in, because the sincere truth is that it's not CSR at that point, it's more of building the future. And if the company is going to be wasting so much, I want to believe that no company would want to do that as a CSR. They would prefer to actually do that to build the company. So predictive analytics will actually help you to identify who to invest more in, what to invest in them, and how to invest in them. That is why technology is the way. It's extremely important, because some of these analytics, the sincere truth is that some of this, it is technology that might actually help us to drive it. Let me just ask this question about taking it away from performance management. Which data points do you think I should focus on in predicting employee turnover? Because many companies don't want to wait until somebody resigns. I don't want to wait until someone comes and says, I'm resigning. What are those things, those data points that will help me to effectively predict employee turnover? So I don't wait until when some people resign before I begin to get the right people. What are those data points that will effectively help me to identify or predict employee turnover that the company might lose some people? Yeah.
Honestly, there is no universal list because turnover differs. There's no universal list. But I would say that number one, when useful indicator for me, number one is length of service. Somebody is in the organization for how many years, and this person is showing don't want to grow. I just like the where I am. You watch out for such a person. At a point, the person will just say, you know what, I'm tired, I'm leaving. Another one is compensation position. And a good example is when our economy in Nigeria, when it changed drastically, I think 3 years ago, a lot of people were looking out for greener pasture, a place where they can pay high and all that. So people were leaving organizations. So I feel that that is another crucial indicator, compensation position. Another one is career progression. In an organization when there's no career path, even when you want to be promoted, you are the one that will be asking for it. Nobody is doing anything about it. That's another one. Some employee will want to leave at that point. Another one is workload. I mentioned that workload. There's another part where it is manager's relationship. The manager's relationship with the employee can also affect. Then when you see an employee with absenteeism pattern, you come today, you don't come tomorrow, I'm sick today, I'm sick tomorrow, that is a red flag. It's a big red flag. So those are some of the crucial indicators for me. Thank you very much.
Actually, I agree with a lot of this. And I know we actually deploy a particular application, and one of those things that is there to predict employee turnover. One of the major things is basically employee engagement. And the moment you begin to see that there are some engagement, for example, when the person is sent an email, the person doesn't open it. We've discovered that when people are leaving, in most cases, they don't bother about responding to emails as much. If they used to respond to emails, your emails in 5 minutes, when they know they are leaving next week, trust me, they won't respond to that mail for the whole day. Or for example, like you said, absence. You will just discover they will start telling you their grandmother is sick. The moment you begin to, there was once, and within that particular application, the application actually tracks. For example, you begin to have sick leaves. Someone said his mother had died, and somebody had to ask, how many times do you want to bury this your mother?
Bury your mother.
Your mother died last 2 years. All of a sudden, your mother is dying again. So this is one of those things that you begin to see, like you said, is you begin to see that people begin to leave, as they begin to have absences, begin to have sick leaves. When they begin to have a lot of sick leaves, or their performance trend is dropping, or they are super performers, but in a way, they are never recognized. Yeah, like you said, there's no universal list, but those particular points, like you said, they're extremely, extremely key. And I think it is easier to actually begin to track them with data points. So when those data points begin to show on dashboards, you begin to know that, it is time to probably engage the staff more before he carries his bag to leave. Yeah, whether it is money he needs, begin to engage him, because when they offer him something higher, there's every probability that he might not want to talk to you any longer. And so please, like you said, you're very, 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 very concise. How can we use data to design a more effective retention strategy? Because in all sincerity, in this age and time, retention is one of the biggest problems. You have been speaking about succession plans and all that. The sincere truth is that it is not even after 6 months they leave now. It's the day they resume. The day they resume is the day they start thinking about when they want to leave. The day they resume, not the second day, not the third day. So the question is, how can HR use data to design more effective retention strategies?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I think the first thing is that we should stop treating turnover as one problem. Oh, yes, a lot. I said earlier that it's best to segment all these things. Segment them after you have a description of what the issue is. You need to segment them. Who are those leaving? Where are they leaving from? What are they? Why are they leaving? What is the reason? When are they leaving? And what does it cost the organization? If you have high flyers leaving the organization, you know that it's costing the organization a lot. So after all this segmentation, then you can now say, okay, we have identified who are the people leaving, the people that are just joining us. Maybe you spend 3 months. If they are those ones, you don't need to bother yourself so much. But you still need to look into it to be sure it's not the organization doing something wrong, that these people are just taking a walk. I'm sorry, I won't, because anytime I do training and I talk about Gen Z, they always bite me. Oh. So, the Gen Z now, they don't think about what the organization will get if they leave immediately. So in their own case, you don't have to bother yourself too much because they cannot just sit down in one place in their own case. But if you have somebody working with you for the past 3 years, 4 years, and they are just taking a walk, you need to critically look at what the issue is. Where are they living from? And that boils down to, is it the leadership of that department that is faulty? Is it the workload they have issues with the workload? Is it that they are not well engaged? Do we have the wrong people in the wrong departments? Why? Where are they living from? All those ones should be considered. And why are they leaving? Remuneration, workload, engagement, manager's relationship, not getting recognition, things like that can actually make people leave the organization. And it's all this is really, it will really, really tell on the organization, on the finances, because we'll be looking at getting new people, retraining a new staff. It's a lot on the organization. I'm sure we HR will know about that. It's a lot on the organization. So if we have all these questions, it will help us to put together a strategy to stop high rates of turnover. Now, if it is the compensation, you know that you need to get data to benchmark, if not a little bit higher, but at least be at par with other organizations, so that when they are leaving, what is their excuse? Is it that they are paying them 1,000 naira there and they are paying you 1,000? Why are you leaving? And if it is the workload, try to make sure that it is well spread out. If we need to get more hires, please go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. And if it is the manager's relationship, honestly, you can swap. Let somebody else go to the department. Let somebody else head the department. Let us see for the next 1 month what feedback we will get from there and all that. All this will help with effective retention, all this. But if we don't spell them out, you won't be able to know what strategies to use for each of the issues that is making turnover rates high. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me also say this as we begin to bring things together. So please, if anybody has any questions on the chat, this is HR lunchtime discuss, and basically we are discussing with Atinuke Akinbisola. She's a director at Soft Skills Consult, and she's sharing knowledge, expertise on using data analytics for decision making. And that's what we're looking at today. So please, if you have any questions, you can just drop them on the chat box so that we can actually, on the comment box, so that we can actually take some of them even as we go on. The last question that was asked, in all sincerity, if many companies are not really looking at a better retention strategy, and in this age and time, like Atinuke just said, in this age and time, we actually need to actually have targeted interventions, personalized engagements, because these Gen Zs, it's not like the way it used to be before. You employ 100 people, one batch. After 5 years, you still see 50% of them still there. This is that even when you employ one person now, it's the second day. By second day, he might not come to work any longer. So there needs to be a lot of targeted interventions that are driven by data generated from machine learning. Machine learning about things around performance, lack of promotion, absenteeism, leave. They are asking for leave days when they just resumed after 1 week. There are people that actually ask for that. Yeah, you will discover tracking those things, those kind of data, will actually or tracking things around sentiment analysis that she spoke about, whether it's DISC or any other one, behavioral analytics, check out for burnouts with questionnaires and surveys, and based on that, you relate them using machine learning with people that have existed in the past, and based on that, you can now begin to have targeted interventions. For example, if the moment the probability of exit calculated for an individual is up to 10%, have a policy to have an engagement with them, an engagement like mentorship. Tell them, oh, we want to build you as a better person in the organization. We give you a mentor. We have a timeout with you to reward you, give you a career development plan that will actually let you see how we value you within the organization. And you will begin to see that those strategies will begin to keep them around even for longer than they want. Let me also ask, because this one is very important in this age and time, and that is hybrid work or remote work. So my question is this: how can HR analytics support hybrid and remote work? People that you cannot see and you have not seen them for 1 year. People are working together now, they've not seen themselves. They've never seen themselves for 3 years and they work together. So my question is, how can HR analytics support remote work or hybrid work in this age and time when there's no, you are not clocking in or clocking out? You are not, I can't even see you. I don't know whether I'm speaking to a laptop, a machine, or human being. So how can HR analytics actually help? How can help? As we begin to wrap it up.
Okay. So,
How can HR?
oh God, honestly, well, it can actually help to move the assumption about remote work. When you say something now that they will say, I cannot see you. You know that baby boomers, that those are from 1946 to I think 1964 or something. If you have baby boomers as a boss, you will show. Even if you are there playing, they want to see you in the office. Fill the space. Fill the space. So instead of asking, do employee like working remotely? I think we need to ask ourselves, when they go working remotely, how do we ensure productivity? How do we ensure employee engagement? How do we ensure innovation? How do we ensure collaboration? How do we ensure performance and all that? And how do we ensure well-being? Now, there are some positions and some job role that cannot be done remotely. We know that. We know that. But for those that can be done remotely, now, as an HR practitioner, you must have data to show that, oh, when they were in the office, they work this hour. This is what was produced. This is the performance rate. They want to work from home now. At least test it for, like, say, 1-2 weeks and gather data, gather information. This is the number of hours they work from home. This is the productivity level. This is their performance. And then that way you will understand why we should do remote, or we should not do remote, or make it hybrid. My organization now is a consulting firm. We do hybrid. But I can bet you with you, with the data that we've gathered, information that we've gathered, people will still go about doing their thing when they are working remotely. You cannot remove that from it. I'm in my house. I can decide, oh, I want to work 2 hours. Let me sleep 1 hour and come back later. But if but if you have data in place and then you have put system in place because you have information, you put system in place. I know of some organization, oil and gas. The moment you remove your hand from the system for 15 minutes, they will flag you. 15 minutes, they will flag you because they have put system in place. And why do they put that system in place? They have gathered information, data, and they have weighed it. They have put system and structure in place. So you cannot tell me you want to go and sleep, except you put your hand on it and you are sleeping at your seat. So with the information you have, you will understand, okay, do we make it hybrid? Do we make it remote, total remote work? But you want to do this, please, with the data you have gathered, the data is meant to help you to put system in place for hybrid or remote work to be effective. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Really, really appreciated. So please, this class is recorded and it will be sent to every one of us. So please, there's a Google form on the comment box. So please, you can fill it out so that basically they can use that to send the recorded videos to us. Really, I wanted to ask. So I have some question from the what do you call it? Some question from the comment box. Somebody said here, and this is Dominic Onoja. Dominic said, in determining employee retention strategy, what average number of years should you consider for staff stay till exit to be okay for successful, to be okay for successful, yeah, as a successful retention strategy? Like
You
how
have to
many
read it
years?
again. No,
He
apologies.
said,
Read it again, please.
okay,
He
it
said,
says in determining employee retention strategies, what average number of years should you consider for staff stay till the person exits? Like, what is the average number of years should you consider as, oh, it's good, you spent enough years. So how many years? That's a question of the person.
honestly, I don't think there is any particular number of years. If you are getting value from this person, you will not want the person to go. So the onus is now on you to do justice by the person. Either you do by annual or no, yeah. You do what's it called now? What do they do? Sorry, this when you upgrade somebody.
Promotion?
Promotion. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. You promote the person on every 2 years or something because you know the value the person is bringing to the table. But if it's somebody that is just there passing time, I'm sorry I use that word passing time. If somebody, it's someone that, is just there. It's not as if it's bad, but I do my job, I go. Not going extra mile for anything. If such a person wants to go, fine. Just make sure that there is somebody that has been working closely with this person that they can actually hand over to. So there is really no particular number of years that, except if the person is a game player in the organization, good game player in the organization, and you don't want that person to go. So if somebody says, by fire, I have to go, like some people that want to jackpot now, and you cannot keep that person. You can't say the person not to, the person should not go. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I know some people that jackpot and they were still working from out there to the organization. I know an organization like that. For years, they were working until the organization said, you know what, we cannot continue to do this. We would like to, just cut the contract and all that. So there's really no particular number of years. If you are a game player in the organization, nobody wants you to go. It is now the organization that needs to ensure that this person is always paid according to the value he's bringing or she's bringing to the table.
Thank you very much. Yeah, just add to that, really, the sincerity is that it is all about the employee engagement, really. So we still say people leave, people this. The sincerity is about the culture of the employee. You can complain about some companies or many companies that people are leaving, but do you know there are some companies that their retention level, I have a client like that, really. The same people I met there I started consulting for them in 2012. All those people are still there till now. None has left. If they've left, is that they retired. So the question is, are they, and they are quite young people. There are some people that just joined then in 2012, and they are still there till now. The question is, what's the culture? So sometimes we complain about the Gen Zs that they can't sit in one place, but sometimes some of them might be able to sit in one place if the culture fits.
Yeah, that's true.
So really, we complain about the fact that it's just that they cannot sit down, but sometimes the culture I wonder what I have an idea of what that company is doing, but nobody leaves. As in, when I mean nobody leaves, they come in there and they stay. And there's something they're doing correctly. So yes, there might not be like an optimal one, but if you look at that company, they have like an average period. They expect that, anybody that comes here stays 10 years. And of a truth, they do. So I think the engagement is extremely key to either keep people or that they don't stay, because culture drives people in or out. So culture drives them in or out. And this is very key. Culture drives them in or out. Okay, so I think I want to begin to ramp up, because you've actually done a great job with us today, and we are really, really grateful. But I just want to ask this question. What are the ethical concerns around monitoring employee engagement data in this age of Nigerian data protection policy and all that? What are the ethical concerns? Is there any ethical what are the real ethical concerns?
There are.
Can I just begin to use my client's data?
No, you can't. You can't at all. You can't at all. Now you are even taking it far, saying about clients. What about your employee? You cannot.
I'm talking about, sorry, employee, not client now, employee.
Okay.
Because
employee,
they are
cannot.
employees. So what are the ethical concerns around monitoring the employee engagement data? But they are our clients.
They are your clients, yes. But you
sorry, they are our employees. So
they are your employees and they are also your clients if you are working. You cannot. You can't.
No.
Because they are your clients.
Apologies for saying clients.
Clients, I get.
Employees.
But you can also see them as your clients too. But let us just go to the bone of contention. You cannot use their data without their consent. And Presently, we are working with an organization there. We are writing their policy, and I'm in charge of the HR bit of the policy, and it's a very, very large organization. So they removed the part of data. And I told them, you cannot remove this. I said, well, but we need you have to ensure that you add this clause in the employee handbook. Let everybody see it and sign off. I've been taken to Lokoja courts, Lokoja in Kogi State, to face the judge because of this matter before, about data usage. So the best thing, because in any case, you need this data. You need them. So the best thing is get your handbook, refine the handbook and put there. We will be making use of blah, 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 so that they know. And again, the HR department that will be handling this data too must sign a confidentiality form to say that they will not at any point use this data against the employee. And at a point, after the employee leaves the organization for some years, honestly, you trash the information. Because another person can come sit on that seat that did not sign, or you forget to tell the person to sign, and they might make use of. So you trash it after, like, say, between 8 and 10 years, you trash it. So first off, employee has to sign off in the handbook to say, oh, I know you have my data, and I believe that my information are safe with you. And the HR department too, we need to sign confidentiality form to say that they will not at any point make use of this information, except except when it is needed on the job. Pam. So that is it. If not, you will be in trouble. The organization will be in trouble. So that's it.
Thank you very much. I think that is clearly spelled out. The
It
certainty is
is.
that there are policies based on the Nigerian data protection
Yes.
regulations. You need to actually request. There must be a consent. So whichever way, there must be a consent from the owner of the data.
Yes.
And that is, so there must be. So that basically and you must use it for the sole purpose that you have actually asked the consent for. So it's extremely important that with data analytics, you need to get the owners of the data to actually consent to you using their data. Okay, thank you very much, madam. We're very grateful. I think we'll actually be drawing the curtain for today's session. I want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Atinuke Akinbisola for actually coming in today to come and answer some of our questions here. I've seen a lot of questions on the chat. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for Adejumoke. Thank you, Kadili. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, all the people that actually engaged this afternoon. Is there any questions from any other person online, even as we begin to wrap up, really? I would also want to say this again. So please, if you've not filled the Google form, please fill it so that they can send you the recording. Finally, Mrs. Akinbisola, is there anything you would like to say in addition to everything you've said about data analytics, and decision making in HR?
Okay. I want to just say that a lot of us, I mean, HR practitioners, we are I don't want to use the word scared. That's not the word. I don't know what to use right now. But about artificial intelligence, I want us to know that it is here to help us to get our job done better, honestly. When you know how to make good use of them, It will inform you on decisions to make, give you information on how to make your decision. And it gives you an edge out there, because honestly, AI is going nowhere. It is here to stay. So the best thing is for us to make good use of it to help us get our facts right, get our job done better, get our job done faster. So we just need to embrace it, get used to making use of it, and so that all these young people will not be seeing us as, oh, they just don't know anything. Let them know that you know something, and we can make use of it to help our job go on smoother, better. We are laughing, but that's just the truth. We should not run away from it. Let's just learn how to make good use of them, and so that it can help us, be a better decision maker. When you are well informed, you make good decisions. You make good decisions because you have a lot of information to work with. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Akinbisola. Thank you for joining us today. From every one of us from the HR Long Time Discourse, I'd like to say a big thank you to you. Thank you for being an inspiration to us. We are really, really grateful. Okay, and from every one of us in GODP and HR Long Time Discourse, will say thank you for joining us, and see you next month. On next month is going to be a very big one too, a very, very big one. We'll be having a top HR exec to come and share light on HR HR practice, so that basically we can do better in people management. Also, yeah, I would like to say thank you everybody for having a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Please fill the Google form so that they can send you the right information. So, Mrs. Atinuke, thank you very much. Have a lovely day. And thank you very much, everybody. Have a lovely, lovely day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.